place where your custom decoration business produces its products and conducts sales is really dependent on many different factors. The first factor is what type of business model you actually have. Are you going with a custom decoration business in which you're essentially serving custom decoration services, or are you going primarily with a niche brand in which you're trying to be essentially the next Hot Topic or Spencer's t-shirt shop? It'll really depend on where you're going to be located and how you conduct sales. If you're going with the B2C direct retail, you're probably going to want some type of retail storefront location or have a really good website. Now, when it comes to having a storefront, essentially your brick and mortar, you have a lot of things that go into it as far as your retail atmosphere and just getting a lot of different things right to make your customer want to actually purchase from your business. The big thing about having a brick and mortar location is you have high overhead costs. You have to pay for the lights, the rent, everything that goes into it, versus if you have a website, you're kind of open up 24/7 to make sales, and you can really offer a much larger product line that a small location really can't hold. But again, you're relying on web traffic instead of foot traffic to be really converting your sales. So you get what you pay for. Sometimes it makes sense to do one or the other, or a combination of both. If you're offering custom decoration services, having an actual industrial location, which is a bit cheaper than some type of storefront location, but still allows the customer to come to your place of business and actually pick up an order and so forth, is not a bad place to actually conduct business and actually have your customers come and conduct sales. The big thing about this though is you're not really getting the foot traffic that you want from a storefront. It's not uncommon to actually have both a production location and a storefront location if you're really serious about having it done, or just renting a much larger space and having the two split at the actual same location. If you're going with a lot of retail as well, kiosk and mall have become very, very popular. Having a small, 10 by 10 area, and really just because of a heat press and vinyl cutter virtually take up no space, you can easily do a lot of printing and offer quite a few different products in a very small amount of space. But again, you're paying for the foot traffic. That physical location is pretty good though for both custom decoration services or retail pre-decorated products themselves. When it comes to the actual production process, really what you ought to do though is bootstrap as much as possible from the get-go. So if you're first starting out, don't be looking for any type of brick and mortar location. Look to actually locate your custom decoration business, most likely in your house. For years, the mom and pop shop has really been very common, in which you're putting screen printing or heat press equipment in your basement, your garage, your spare bedroom. And as the business grows and you bring in more income, you can afford then to rent industrial or retail space to actually promote your business even more. But by just doing it out of your home initially and having a website, you can actually be doing a lot of different sales right from the get-go. Most of the time, you're not going to have problems conducting sales from your home. You can't have customers necessarily coming there to pick up orders, but you are allowed to be shipping them from there and really saying this is the home as far as your production. That's not a problem in most locations. Now, if you're in a high-income neighborhood, just having UPS come more often than normal, that may be an issue. But the more rural you are, typically the less problems you have. It'll really be dictated by the city and area that you live in. But again, whatever your retail or production area is, whether it be your website or your storefront, you want to make sure the atmosphere and appearance is of high quality so your customer interprets that you care. Your website is your online brand. Your retail atmosphere also says a lot about your brand. If it's a high quality, nice area, for instance, Tiffany's, why is that such an expensive place to buy jewelry? Well, you're buying a lot of it as the brand itself, because Tiffany has this perceived value that they are higher than almost every other type of jewelry. Essentially, you can do the same type of thing in your own retail atmosphere. It just really depends on what you're looking at going for. Are you trying to compete with price, or are you trying to compete with quality? And that'll really dictate what your physical retail space might look like. But if you have a website, if you're offering discount or premium quality products you must have a high quality website, and the cost of having a high quality website is not that much as it used to be when the birth of the internet was really just starting. Again, your brand itself is going to be perceived many different ways, and the place is one of the biggest places that your customers are going to really judge you and your brand. If you have any questions on how to create the perfect place to conduct business, please do not hesitate contacting us. Thank you.